The entire town searched for her. Flyers covered telephone poles. Volunteers combed through forests. Search dogs followed trails that led nowhere. For nearly 8 months, everyone believed 17-year-old Emily Carter was still alive. The terrifying truth? She had been dead the entire time, and the person responsible had been standing beside the search parties from the very beginning. On a cold October evening in a quiet town in northern England, Emily Carter left her part-time job at a local cafe. She texted her mother at 7:43 p.m. "I'm heading home now." It was the last message anyone would ever receive from her. When Emily failed to return home that night, her parents immediately knew something was wrong. She wasn't rebellious. She wasn't the type to disappear without telling someone. By midnight, they had called the police. The next morning, the search began. Officers checked security cameras. Volunteers searched nearby parks. Local news stations ran her photo daily. Everyone asked the same question. Where was Emily? The mystery grew stranger when investigators found no evidence of an abduction. No struggle. No screams. No suspicious vehicles. Nothing. It was as if she had simply vanished into thin air. As weeks turned into months, public sympathy exploded. Thousands of people joined online groups dedicated to finding Emily. Among the most active supporters was her 24-year-old boyfriend, Daniel Harper. Daniel appeared devastated. He attended every vigil, every press conference, every community search. Standing beside Emily's grieving parents, he often fought back tears while speaking to reporters. "Emily is my world," he told one television station. "I just want her home." People admired him. Many considered him a hero. No one suspected him, but detectives noticed small things. Tiny details that didn't quite fit. Daniel's stories about the night Emily disappeared changed slightly each time he was interviewed. Nothing dramatic, just little inconsistencies. One version had him at home watching television. Another had him visiting a friend. Then there was his phone. Records showed unusual gaps in activity during the exact hours Emily vanished. When confronted, Daniel blamed a dead battery. The explanation seemed reasonable at first. Still, investigators had no evidence linking him to a crime. Only suspicions. And suspicions aren't enough to make an arrest. Winter arrived. Then spring. The town slowly began losing hope. But Detective Sarah Mitchell refused to give up. She reviewed hundreds of hours of security footage again and again. One evening, she noticed something almost everyone else had missed. A grainy camera near an industrial road had captured a vehicle passing shortly after Emily left work. The image quality was terrible, but after enhancement, the vehicle appeared remarkably similar to Daniel's car. It wasn't enough to prove anything, but it was enough to dig deeper. Police obtained a warrant to examine Daniel's vehicle. What they discovered shocked everyone. Tiny traces of blood were found deep inside the trunk. The amount was microscopic, invisible to the naked eye. Laboratory testing confirmed the blood belonged to Emily. Suddenly, the entire investigation changed. The boyfriend everyone trusted became the prime suspect. Yet one devastating question remained unanswered. Where was Emily? Under increasing pressure, Daniel continued denying everything. He claimed Emily must have injured herself in his car weeks before she vanished. Investigators didn't believe him. Neither did the public. But without a body, prosecutors worried the case might fall apart. Then came the breakthrough. A former co-worker contacted police. Months earlier, Daniel had borrowed a shovel and strangely asked about abandoned farmland outside town. The tip led detectives to a remote field nearly 20 miles away. Ground-penetrating radar detected disturbed soil. Excavation teams arrived the next morning. What they found ended 8 months of uncertainty. Buried beneath less than 2 feet of dirt was Emily, still wearing the same clothes from the night she disappeared. The town was horrified. Families who had spent months searching for her broke down in tears. Many couldn't believe the truth. Emily had never been missing. She had been hidden. Faced with overwhelming evidence, Daniel finally confessed. The truth was chilling. On the night Emily disappeared, the couple had argued after she discovered he had been secretly involved with another woman. The confrontation escalated inside his vehicle. In a burst of rage, Daniel attacked her. When he realized she was dead, panic took over. Instead of calling for help, he buried her body in the remote field. Then, he carefully crafted a lie. A lie so convincing that an entire town believed Emily was still out there waiting to be found. For 8 months, Daniel joined search parties, comforted Emily's family, spoke to reporters, and pretended to be a grieving boyfriend, all while knowing exactly where she was. At trial, prosecutors described his actions as a masterclass in deception. Jurors listened in silence as investigators revealed how Daniel manipulated everyone around him. The evidence was overwhelming. The verdict took less than 3 hours.
Guilty.
He was sentenced to life in prison. As he was led away, Emily's mother delivered a statement that left the courtroom in tears. "We searched every day hoping to bring our daughter home. The person who stole her from us watched us suffer and never said a word." Today, Emily's case remains one of the most disturbing missing person investigations in modern British criminal history. Not because she disappeared, but because for months, everyone was looking for someone who is already gone. And the man leading the search was the man who made sure she would never come back. Sometimes the most dangerous person isn't the stranger hiding in the shadows. It's the one standing beside you, helping you look for the victim,